Po, ano? Ito po ang inyong kaibigan, Brother Manny Bautista. Makinig po tayo kay Congresswoman Ministro ng 2nd District ng Batangas. Ito po yung head ng Justice Department ng 20 Congress. 20 Congress ng Kongreso. Patungkol po dito sa impeachment ni VP Sara Duterte. Pakinggan po natin para matuto tayo ng mga iba't ibang batas, mga nangyayari o mangyayari in the future. Makinig po tayo.
Si Congresswoman Joby Luistro, nandyan partner na ikalawang distrito ng Batangas sa chairperson ng House Committee on Justice. Magandang umaga po sa inyo, Congresswoman.
Good morning, Alvin and Doris. At salamat sa muling pag-imbita dito sa Kissing Pilipinas.
Opo.
Good morning, ma'am.
Linawin nga po natin,
Good
mali
morning.
pala yung interpretasyon ko. Akala ko yung May 4 is allotted for the Vice President in case she changes her mind. Although sabi ni Attorney Powa kanina, mukhang hindi na malabo na pumunta. Pero just for clarity and being precise, hindi po para sa kanya yung May 4 na hearing.
Actually, I ordered the committee to send notice to VP as well, so that whatever intentions she has, kung ano man ang gusto niya, at least for the last time, before we approve the committee report, including the resolution and the articles of impeachment, we continue to cater the requirement of due process.
So,
Alvin?
pwede kung gusto niya for some reason. Kasi hindi naman tayo pwedeng sarhan mo kagad yung malay mo, magbagong ip ng hangin at sasabihin niya, hindi, gusto kong magsalita dyan sa hearing. So pwede siyang sumugod dyan sa May 4.
I think if ever she will have the intention to present evidence, tatanggapin na lang ng Committee on Justice. But we have to consider the fact na natapos na yung determination of probable cause. The same was unanimously supported by the justice members. So, dun lang. If ever she will come and present evidence, perhaps my inclination will just be to receive whatever she has.
Okay, but wala nang puwang. Hindi, wala nang puwang para
Oo.
magsalita siya.
Correct.
Tapos na. Kumaga too late.
Wala nang puwang para magtalumpati.
Because ever since the opportunity that was given to her is by way of submitting her clarificatory questions through the justice members, no? Talaga namang ang naging rule, and this is pursuant also to the rules of impeachment, this ating clarificatory hearing, this is a proceeding between and among the justice members, no? The complainant and their counsel were not allowed to speak. Same is true with respect to the Vice President. However, she can present evidence, we will accept that, and she can raise clarificatory questions through the justice members or even through the chair, no? So, balikan natin yung May 4. The agenda for May 4 is the approval already of the committee report, the resolution, and the articles of impeachment. Indeed, para ifo-formalize na lang dito the voting that happened yesterday and to see also if the justice members are agreeable to the consolidation of all the grounds under one articles of impeachment. In other words, clarificatory hearing has been concluded already. But since this is still under the jurisdiction of the Justice Committee, I opted to send notice pa rin sa ating Vice Presidente.
Kasi po yung dalawang congressman na nag-raise noon, parang hindi malinaw kung ano yung desisyon sa ni-raise nilang point. Di ba si Congressman Sola ba yun? At saka si Gutierrez o Salo or something? Suwan.
Congressman Lordan Suwan and Congressman Rog Gutierrez. Actually, ang position nila, Alvin, is to fix another schedule for one more hearing.
Tama.
That to give opportunity to the Vice President to present her evidence.
Oo.
Kaya lang, for the majority of the justice members, Since day one, we've been calling her. Since day one, we've been providing a chair for her. Since day one, we've been sending notices to her. And today, Congresswoman Ann Matibag even manifested that while we are conducting the hearing, the Vice President is attending an event in San Pedro, Laguna. So to us, we submitted that indeed there is no intention on the part of the Vice President to attend. In which case, sinong hinihintay namin kung talagang wala namang intention na mag-attend, no?
Okay.
And I have expressed this before. This is a constitutional process which must not be delayed, no? Considering na overwhelming na yung compliance natin sa requirement ng due process. So, I think it was just proper for the committee yesterday to already vote on the existence of probable cause.
Opo.
May 4,
Opo.
like what I said, is intended for the approval of these documents already. Committee report, resolution, and the articles of impeachment. Nonetheless, because it has been our intention to provide ample due process to the Vice President, pinadalhan pa rin siya ng notice.
Oo.
If she will come, we will just receive whatever she wanted to submit to the committee.
Opo. Ma'am, ano po ang inyong reaksyon na sa patuloy? Kasi narinig ko kanina si Attorney pa, yung kanilang patuloy, yung kanilang stand, na hindi naman kami pupunta dyan kasi talaga namang wala silang jurisdiction dito sa kaso na to. Hindi namin kinikilala ito. Hindi po ba't malaking, hindi naman insulto, kundi walang pagbibigay galang sa inyong mandato?
Well, that is one interpretation of their position, no? Hindi sila nagbibigay galang sa House of Representatives. Much more, hindi nila iginagalang ang constitutional process. It is important for the government officials to show to the public that they respect this accountability mechanism because this is what the Constitution provides. Ano ba sabi sa saligang batas? Public office is a public trust. And
Opo.
government officials must be accountable to the people at all times. At all times, ha? Dapat
Opo.
accountable tayo. Ibig sabihin, if ever there are allegations of offenses and there is a formal hearing that is going on, you should be attending and answering the allegations which are being charged against you, no? Although we acknowledge the fact that this is her right, her prerogative to attend or not, ang problema kasi, pag kakatapos ng hearing, doon sila sumasagot sa press con, no?
Oo.
So, hindi naman natin pwedeng i-consider yung kanilang mga pronouncements sa press con because that is not a formal proceeding. That is not the proper forum. The proper forum is the Justice Committee. If they believe na wala talagang ebidensya itong lahat ng ito, ay bakit pa sila magpre-press con to answer everything that is happening in the Justice Committee? Dapat nga, mas umattend sila so that they can rebut yung sinasabi nilang baseless accusations. Di ba? Pag ikaw pinagbibintangan, alam mo sa sarili mo na walang basis yung binibintang sa'yo, di ba lalong manggagalaiti kang umattend? Dahil gustong-gusto mong isabog itong mga ebidensya mo na magpapawalang bisa ng lahat ng aligasyon laban sa'yo. That's what I understand.
Okay,
Eh,
sige.
kaya lang, ito nga, ang naging inclination nila not to attend, always questioning the constitutionality of the Justice Committee.
Ano po, kayo ho ba automatic na napabilang sa panel of prosecutors? Mukhang doon uwi po natin, ano po, yung 106. Natanong na namin sa iyo last time yan, na pati sa ibang kongresista, mukhang makukuha naman. Kaya ang susunod na hakbang will be in the Senate, ano po?
Yun na.
Kayo ba kasali na sa panel of prosecutors? At kung hindi pa man kasali, willing po ba kayo na makasali dyan?
Hindi automatic yun, no? And it is by way of the plenary that the members become prosecutors, no? As to whether or not I am willing to join the prosecution panel, hindi ko pa pinag-iisipan yan, Alvin. Ang tinututukan ko is my duty to be able to conclude it in the Justice Committee and to defend it in the plenary. Medyo mabigat pa ang paparating na trabaho, which is the approval of the committee report, the articles of impeachment. At pagdating dito siyempre sa floor, sa plenary, I'm anticipating a heated debate dito before we finally vote on whether to transmit or not these articles of impeachment. And again, for the record, we need at least 1/3 of all the members of the House of Representatives.
Pero-
Puro sa ako na lang isipin yan.
Pero open naman kayo, open naman.
Well, we've been considered as one of the prosecutors in the first impeachment process. Naalala mo yun during the 19th Congress, di ba? Yes, we are open, but I'm not seriously delving on this idea yet.
Apo, pero meron pa rin naman yung private prosecutor. Marami kayong abogado sa Kamara.
Oo.
Pero syempre kailangan din ng private prosecutor. Ma'am, ano po?
Definitely, Alvin, as a matter of fact, itong mga kasama nating lawyers and even myself dito sa House of Representatives, hindi na kami ganon ka-updated about litigation, no? And what will happen in the Senate is trial. Tapos yung mga kalaban namin ng defense team, sila na mga litigation lawyers talaga, no? Although under the rules, hindi naman ipinagbabawal kumuha ng private prosecutor. So I wish to confirm na kung matutuloy man tayo to be one of the panel of prosecutors, I will really recommend that we engage private prosecutors to help and aid the members of the House who will be joining the panel of prosecutors.
Ilan po ba yan? Ilan ba dapat ang prosecutor na congressman? Ilan dapat yung private prosecutors sa congresswoman?
Under the rules, we should be 11 public prosecutors, no? Pero parang wala namang prohibition if we want to consider a bigger number. About the private prosecutor, the rule is silent. So I guess it will depend on us and on the private lawyers who are willing to help the House of Representatives in the prosecution of this impeachment case.
Opo. Pero sino po yung talagang final, yung final na magdedesisyon? Kung sino-sino, at ilan talaga?
Siguro kapag na-create na itong panel of prosecutors, no, Doris,
Opo.
there will be a lead prosecutor. So, I think it will be the prosecutors who will decide kung ilan ang i-engage na public prosecutors at kung sino-sino itong mga ito.
Hindi, ang tanong niya, sino ang pipili na magiging congressperson prosecutor?
Tsaka yung final na. Kumbaga siya yung huling pipirma.
Yeah.
Wala.
Kasi speaker
They
yun.
will be elected. They will be elected in the
okay.
plenary.
Okay. So may election
May
pa.
election yan.
Okay.
Oo.
Yes, para kang nag-i-elect ng committee chair, committee members. So this panel of prosecutors will be elected also in the plenary kung sino man itong 11 House members na ito who will be joining the panel of prosecutors
Ayun.
by election.
Yeah. So sa palagay ninyo, kung sino yung dapat na nandyan sa panel na yan, top of mind, yung parang bilib na bilib ka na ito magiging asset ito
Kaya nga.
sa prosecution ng kaso laban sa Vice Presidente.
Okay. Si Joel Chua.
Oo nga pala, lawyer nga pala si Joel Chua.
Magagalit sila sa akin. Si Bel Zamora.
Yung
No?
lawyer din, si Zamora
Si-
partner.
Bata.
Si Git Flores.
Si Laila, si Lima.
Terry Ridon. Laila de Lima. Madami kaming abogado sa Justice Committee. I think majority of the... Chel Jokno. We also have Rog Gutierrez and Nordan Suwan. Diba? Marami kaming lawyers. Ang tanong na lang siguro yung readiness nila and willingness na mapasabak ulit.
Kasi trabaho yun, partner eh.
Oo nga.
Oo, pero hindi naman yung kahabaan. Wala pa sigurong kalahating taon. Tapos na yan, Congresswoman.
Para sobrang haba naman ng kalahating taon.
Sobrang haba.
Bagaman it
3 buwan.
Oo, bagaman it will depend on the leadership of the Senate, no? Pero tingin ko if they will be conducting more hearings in a week, parang dati everyday.
Oo.
Ano ba dati everyday ba yung trial nila?
Parang, oo.
Pero mas
parang.
malimit kesa sa dun sa ginawa namin, di ba Alvin? Kasi
Opo.
kami once a week lang eh.
Opo. So, in 3 months
I think
time, tapos.
I think if they will be conducting a frequent hearing, like at least 3 hearings in a week,
Hmm.
kakayanin naman ng 3 months yan.
Opo, ay,
Parang
pero,
sobrang tagal naman ang 6 months. Medyo masyadong maproprolong
Yeah.
yung pagtutok ng mga tao dito sa
Yun na nga.
impeachment trial na ito. I think
Oo.
3 months will be average.
ito tinanong ko rin kanina kay Congresswoman Laila, ano po, para sa inyo, alin doon sa mga complaints laban sa Vice Presidente ang sigurado kayong madadali siya o tatablan siya? Kasi maraming reklamo, di ba?
Correct.
Alin doon yung sure na siya na tatamaan siya at tatablan siya?
Ako, Alvin, sure ako dun sa tatlo.
Ang lahat.
For me, the evidence,
Okay.
sure ako dun sa tatlo, the evidence are all strong. Kasi dito sa confidential fund, remember, 4 pala yan eh. Kasi hiniwalay nila yung bribery. So yung confidential fund, remember, may decision denying the appeal, may additional 3 notices of disallowance. No? At least in as far as COA is concerned, talagang may violation ng Joint Circular 2015-01. Second, dun sa bribery, you will remember these 3 DepEd officials na umamin na. Mercado, Osias, and Alcantara ba yun? Catalan. No, yung 3 DepEd officials na umamin na. About the allegations of unexplained loss, paano ba yan i-explain? Ang SALN mo, 88 million. Naka-zero declaration ka pa from 2019 hanggang 2024. And then the AMLAC report is showing 6.7 billion. The SEC audited financial statement is showing losses of her private companies, no? So how will you reconcile that? Kahit tumutok lang tayo dun sa 6.7 billion na transaction, bakit hindi mo yan nakita dun sa SALN when the mandate to the government officials is to disclose? Sabi ko nga sa opening statement ko on the April 22 hearing, di ba? Etong pagtalakay ng unexplained wealth, this is the territory of forensic truth. Kasi kapag numero ang pinag-uusapan, hindi yan nagsisinungaling. Hindi mo yan kayang takutin. Hindi mo yan kayang kumbisihin because numbers do not lie.
Opo.
How will you justify your SALN if your AMLAC is showing 6.7 billion transaction? No?
Opo.
Doon pa lang.
Kong,
Kung buksan pa ng Senate yung BIR box, di ba? So, bagaman I do not know yet what will appear from the BIR box, pero the SEC has testified already na losses lahat ng companies nila. And if I may complete, Doris, no? Yung threat naman, I totally agree with Congresswoman De Lima. Res ipsa locatur. What you see in the video speaks for itself. Threat was committed.
A threat is a threat is a threat.
Saka yun yung mas arok. Yun yung mas arok ng sampayanan eh.
Very agad na sampayanan.
Gets mo kagad, di ba?
Oo.
Na muna isingit natin yung tanong ni Pao Atienza kasi may sinabi pala si Attorney Rico Domingo kung dapat daw pagsumitihin ng memorandum si Vice President Sara Duterte para suportahan ang kanyang posisyon laban sa kanyang impeachment complaint. Bahagi ito ng due process para hindi muling ma-technical ng kampo ng Vice Presidente. What do you think?
The rule says may, quote unquote, which means it is discretionary whether to require submission or not. No? Doon sa binasa ko kahapon sa rules, before I
So, biglang naputol. Okay, konti na lang naman yung portion na titira. At least natuturuan tayo patungkol sa ganyan. Ano po, yan nga. For me, gusto ko rin ma-impeach. Kasi nga, pera ng taong bayan ng pinagkikalaman eh. Pera ng taong bayan. At isa ko sa mga taxpayer po. At the age of 20, no, nag-employed na ako sa private, hindi po ako nag-employed ng government. Ano? Nagsimula na po ako magbayad ng buwis. Yung sweldo ko Sweldo ko, may buwis. Allowance ko, may buwis. Komisyon ko, may buwis. Christmas bonus, merong buwis. Lahat na lang po buwisan eh. Nakakabisit din naman. Tapos, itong retirado na ako, biglang nangyari itong ganitong patungkol sa mga pera ng corruption. No? Nandyan yung flood control. Bagamat noon yan ang corruption, pero ngayon mas malala. Sumabog yung flood control, yung corruption sa panahon ni Duterte, pogo, pagpatay, pagnanakaw, ginagamit ang pera ng taong bayan, pumatay ka lang, babayaran ka. Nandahil sa EGK. Anong magiging damdamin mo, kaibigan? Kaya doon ako sumasama ang loob ko. Bayad ako ng PhilHealth. Pera ng taong bayan yan. Panahon ni Duterte, tinakaw niya PhilHealth. Meron ba nakulong? Wala. Yung mga bubit lang ang nakulong. Yung barya-barya lang. Sa panahon ni Marcos na naman, ayan na naman. Pinakyalaman na naman ang PhilHealth. Pera natin yan eh. Yung PhilHealth, sarili natin contribution yon. Yung tax, sarili natin contribution din yon. Wala. Kaya masama ang loob ko doon sa bagay na yun. Ngayon, ito mas nakakagulantang yung ginawa ni Piatos. Saan kayo nakakita puro mga Sicilian at dinanala sa PSA, walang tahong ganyang pangalan. Walang existed person, walang nabuhay na ganyan, walang... Kaya gusto ko, mawala na lang sila. Total, salot naman silang talaga eh. Ano ba naitulong ni Sarah? Sige nga. Puro lustay dito, lustay doon, abroad. Nagtatrabaho pa ba yan? Ito si Batong Batugan. Nagbuat noong November, nag-open ng Congress. Hindi na siya pumasok. Batugan talaga. Pero nakikinabang ang kanyang pamilya sa sweldo. Galing kay Juan de la Cruz. Hindi ka mabibisit dyan. Mabibisit ito naman si anak ni Arab, si JB. Siyang may hawak ng papel eh. Pila daw sila, kausapin si Bato, huwag ka na lang muna. Hindi ba naman inutil? JB, anak ni Estrada, anong tawag mo sa tatay mo no? Nung yung tatay mo na impeach, natanggal, ikinumpara mo siya kay Kristo, malayo. Si Kristo walang bayad kasalanan ng tatay mo. Kaya na-impeach dahil sa talang! Yan, di ba? Inutil ka. Dapat gawin mong trabaho mo. Pero November, December, January, February, March, April, 5 buwan na si Batong Batugan. Nakikinabang ang kanyang pamilya sa sweldo na nanggagaling sa mga bis namin. Parang hindi ka madidismaya po, kaibigan. Dismayado ako kasi at the age of 20, naging paid na ako. Bayad. Pagdating ng filing ng ITR, dumating pang punto na, may utang pa ako. Sipin nyo, sabi ko, buwan-buwan na lang kinukuha yung mga buwis ko. Sa kinikita ko sa sahod ko. Tapos pagdating ng ITR, magpapail ako, meron pa pala akong utang. Tapos nanakawin lang pala nila. Kaya sabi ko, mas maganda, hindi na lang ako nagbayad ng bis. Pero, nakakakusisya naman eh. Gumagamit ka ng kalsada, gumagamit ka ng everything. Tapos hindi ka magbabayad ng bis. Nakakakusisya naman yung kaibigan. Okay, hanggang dito na lamang. Yung kaibigan ko Jesus, Brother Manny Bautista. God bless us all. Mag-pray po kayo na sana matuluyan natin si Lustay. Dapat lang naman. Babayo.